You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Monday, July the 27th, 2020. The Orioles and Red Sox played each other, and the Orioles won by a 6-4 final score. This was an AL East matchup, and the Orioles also broke a 9-game losing streak. The Orioles started scoring early. They got 2 runs in the top of the first inning. They also put up a run in the 5th and 2 runs in the 6th inning. The Red Sox were making a bid for a comeback. They got 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to make it 5-4, but then the Orioles tacked on an extra run in the 7th inning, and that was the final score, 6-4. John Means got the win, Brian Johnson got the loss, and Michael Givens now has 25 saves on the year. The Tigers and White Sox played each other in an AL Central matchup. 9-5 the final score. The Tigers came out on top. There was some heavy offensive innings early. The Tigers got 5 runs at the top of the first inning. The White Sox got 4 runs in the bottom of the third. But then the Tigers had 3 straight one-run innings to break the game open. The White Sox last scored in the 8th inning. They scored a run, and then the Tigers put up a run in the 9th inning, which yielded the 9-5 final. Spencer Turnbull got the win. Michael Kopech got the loss. And Jose Cisnero now at 2 saves on the year. The Blue Jays and Angels played each other in a close game. 9-8 was the final score, and the Angels came out on top. The Blue Jays got 12 hits, and the Angels got 13 hits. Each team scored 3 in the second inning to open up their offenses. The Angels took the lead in the bottom of the third with a 1-run inning, and then there was some changing of the hands of the lead in the middle of the game. But then the Angels got 2 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th. They took their 9-8 lead, and then they got a save by Hansel Robles in the top of the 9th inning to lock down the win. No Ramirez got the win, and Anthony Bass got the loss. The Dodgers and Marlins played each other. 5-4 was the final score of this game. The Dodgers came out on top. The Dodgers started scoring early. They got a run in the first. They also put up runs in the 4th and the 5th inning. The Marlins scored first in the 5th and then put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to take the lead. It was 4-3, but the very next half inning, the Dodgers put up 2 runs to take the 5-4 lead, and since no team scored after that, the final score held at 5-4. Blake Trinan got the win, Drew Steckenrider got the loss, and Kenley Jansen now has 35 saves on the year. The Reds and Braves played each other, and the Braves won by a 3-2 final score. Runs came at a premium in this game, though they weren't as seldom as a shutout would look like, but the Reds got a run in the top of the 2nd inning. The Braves got 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Each team scored a run in the 6th inning, which made it a 1-run game, 3-2 the final. Braves came out on top. Also, each team had 7 hits in this game. Cole Hamels got the win, Wade Miley got the loss, and Will Smith now has 33 saves on the year. The Astros beat the Athletics by a 3-0 final score. This is an AL West matchup, and these are the 1 and 2 teams in the division right now. The A's, the first-place team, and the Astros, the second-place team, but the A's got shut out in this game, yielding Justin Verlander his 5th win of the season. Chris Bassett, who was undefeated a couple weeks ago, now has 2 losses. He's 7-2, and Roberto Osuna has 35 saves. He got the save for the Astros in this game. The Rockies and Nationals played each other, and the Nationals won by a 6-2 final score. The Nationals had their offense going today. They got 14 hits compared to the Rockies' 5. Steven Strasburg got the win, and Herman Marquez got the loss. NL Central Baseball played between the Cardinals and the Brewers. 6-5 is the final score of this game. It was close, and the scorelines were almost even. The Cardinals and Brewers both had 12 hits, and each team committed 1 error in this game. Ryan Helsley got the win out of the bullpen. Josh Hader got the loss out of the bullpen, and Giovanni Gallegos now at 34 saves on the season with the Cards. The Phillies beat the Diamondbacks by a 9-8 final score in this game, though the Diamondbacks out-hit the Phillies 12-11. It was a close game, and it went down to the wire. Each team had some breakout offensive innings, and the Diamondbacks were making a bid for a comeback in the bottom of the 9th inning, but the fact that the Phillies scored in the top of the 8th really made the difference, because the Diamondbacks fell short by that 1 run. Aaron Nola got the win, Alex Young got the loss, and Hector Neris now has 25 saves on the year. The Giants played the Cubs, and the Giants won this game. 2-1 was the final score. The Giants got both of their runs by the 4th inning. Meanwhile, the Cubs scored their first and only run in the top of the 6th. And the final score, 2-1. Johnny Cueto got the win, Tyler Chatwood got the loss, and Tony Watson now has 25 saves on the year. And the Pirates and Padres played each other. The Pirates won this game by a 6-5 final score, and Each team scored in bulks. The difference maker was the 1-run top of the first inning that the Pirates had, because then they scored 5 in the top of the fourth. Padres making a comeback. They scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning, but failed to reach 6 and failed to tie the game, yielding their loss. And again, the difference maker was the fact that the Pirates scored in that first inning, or else the game would have been tied after 9. Mitch Keller got the win, Zach Davies got the loss, and Keone Kela is now at 21 saves on the year. Let's take a look at standings now, starting in the American League East. The New York Yankees still at the top of the division. They're 64-41, though they lost most recently. The Blue Jays are 58-49. They're 7 games back. They also lost their most recent game. The Red Sox are 54-52, 10.5 games back. The Rays 52-54, 12.5 games back. And the Orioles snapped their 9-game losing streak today after beating the Red Sox. They're now 41-66, still a mountain of a way back from the Yankees. They've got a large mountain to climb, 24 games back of first place. In the American League Central, the Minnesota Twins still lead the division, and they still have the best record in baseball, 74-34. The White Sox in second place, 61-45 is their record. The Indians, 58-48, 15 games back first. The Tigers, 45-62, 28.5 games back. And the Royals, 35-71, they're 38 games back, still in last place. In the American League West, the Oakland Athletics lost to the Houston Astros today, so the Astros were able to gain a game on the A's. The Astros 62-44, 2 games back of the 64-42 A's. The Angels are 48-59, 16.5 games back of first. The Rangers 44-63, 20.5 games back. And the Mariners still in last. They're 43-64, 21.5 games back of first place. In the AL wildcard standings, the Houston Astros have the first wildcard spot with a 62-44 record. The White Sox have the second wildcard spot, a game back of the Astros with a 61-45 record. The Indians are 3 games out of that second wildcard spot. They're 58-48. The Blue Jays are 58-49, 3.5 games back. The Red Sox are 54-52, 7 games back, staying in the mix, but still quite a ways away. Every other team in the American League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 9 games back of that second wildcard spot. In the National League East, the Washington Nationals lead with a 61-47 record. They beat the Rockies today. The Braves are 57-49 in second place, passing the Marlins. They're 3 games back of the division lead. The Marlins are 57-50, 3.5 games back. The Phillies are 51-56, 9.5 games back. And the Mets 48-57, 11.5 games back. They're still in last place. In the NL Central, the St. Louis Cardinals are 60-48. They lead the division. They got their 60th win today. The Cubs are 56-50, 3 games back. The Brewers 49-56, 9.5 games back. The Reds 44-62, 15 games back. And the Pirates still in last, but they got their 40th win today against the Padres. They're 40-66, 19 games back of first. And in the National League West, the Los Angeles Dodgers still have the second best record in all of baseball. They're 72-35. They have a 14.5 game lead over the Diamondbacks, who are the next best team in the NL West. The Diamondbacks are 57-49. The Padres 57-50, 15 games back of first. The Rockies are 44-63, 28 games back. And the Giants are 41-65, 30.5 games back of first. And here are the NL wildcard standings. The Braves and the Diamondbacks right now qualifying for the top wildcard spot. They're each 57-49. The Marlins and Padres trail by a half game. They're each 57-50. It's been these 4 at the top consistently, and the Cubs have been joining after they swept the Cardinals. They had won 5 games in a row, getting them back into closer contention for the wildcard spots. But they're 56-50, a game back. Every other team in the National League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 6.5 games back of first place. Let's take a look at league leaders now, starting with batting average leaders in the American League. Miguel Cabrera has the highest average at a .353, J.D. Martinez second highest at a .340, and Xander Bogaerts third highest at a .333. In the National League, Christian Yelich leads with a .346, Nolan Arenado second highest average at a .344, Jonathan Villar also at a .344. He's slightly lower than Arenado, third best on the list. Hits leaders in the American League, Miguel Cabrera is the most at 145, J.D. Martinez second most at 144, and Miguel Andujar third most with 140. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 155, Nolan Arenado second best with 137, and Marcus Semien third best with 136. At bat leaders in the American League, Jose Abreu has the most with 433. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has the most with 451. Doubles leaders in the American League. Anthony Rendon has the most with 39. 3 behind him, Jose Abreu has 36. Whit Merrifield and Miguel Andujar tied for the third most. They each have 31. In the National League, Jonathan Villar is the most with 47. 12 above the next best, Christian Yelich, who has 35. And Trey Turner rounds out the top 3 with 31. Triples leaders in the American League. Adalberto Mondesi has the most with 7. Jose Altuve second most with 6. And there's a long list of players who have 5. You can see them all there. In the National League, Jonathan Villar is the most with 13. Hunter Pence and Victor Robles tied with the second most. They each have 7. Home run leaders in the American League, Justin Upton still has 36, and he still leads. J.D. Martinez 5 behind him with 31. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Gleyber Torres each have 30. They're tied for third best. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. still leads with 37. 1 behind him, Paul Goldschmidt, who's at 36. Freddie Freeman and Pete Alonso tied with the third most. They're each at 29. RBI leaders in the American League, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. has 91. Chris Davis has the second most with 87, and Mitch Moreland has the third most with 85. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt still leads. He has 96. Freddie Freeman and Eugenio Suarez each tied with the second most. They each have 80. Run scored leaders in the American League, J.D. Martinez has the most with 83, and in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has the most with 88. Stolen base leaders in the American League, Adalberto Mondesi has the most with 25, Malik Smith second most with 24, and D. Gordon third most with 21. In the National League, Starling Marte leads with 37, Trey Turner second most with 33, and Jonathan Villar rounds out the top 3 with 30. Walks leaders in the American League, Rhys Hoskins has 67, he leads. In the National League, Mookie Betts leads with 73. On-base percentage leaders in the American League, Miguel Cabrera has the highest at a 425, J.D. Martinez second highest at a 411, and Carlos Santana third highest at a 410. In the National League, Christian Yelich has the highest at a 446, Paul Goldschmidt second highest at a 440, and Ronald Acuna Jr. third highest at a 426. Slugging percentage leaders in the American League, J.D. Martinez has the highest at a 630, Justin Upton second highest at a 620, and Max Kepler third highest at a 615. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has the highest at a 724, the only one left in baseball right now with a slugging percentage over 700. Paul Goldschmidt, his continues to drop. He's at a 687, and Christian Yelich has the third best with a 673. On-base percentage plus slugging percentage leaders in the American League, J.D. Martinez has the highest at a 1.041, Josh Donaldson has a 1.014, and Justin Upton third highest at a 1.001. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has a 1.150, Paul Goldschmidt has a 1.127, and Christian Yelich has a 1.119. Moving on to pitcher leaderboards, starting with wins leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda, Lucas Giolito, and Jordan Montgomery all tied with the most wins in the AL. They each have 12. In the National League, Walker Buehler has the most with 14, Steven Strasburg one behind him with 13, and Madison Bumgarner third highest with 11. Losses leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda has lost the least amount of games with 1. Chris Bassett lost his start today to the Astros. He now has 2, and he's fallen below Kenta Maeda, who has sole possession now of the league best 1 loss. In the National League, Walker Buehler has the least amount of losses among pitchers that qualify with 2. Saves leaders in the American League, Roberto Osuna and Brad Hand tied for the league lead. They each have 35. Liam Hendricks is third best on the list with 34. In the National League, Craig Kimbrell leads with 37. Kenley Jansen has the second most with 35. Giovanni Gallegos and Kirby Yates each tied with the third most saves in the NL. They each have 34. ERA leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi has the lowest at a 2.36. Kenta Maeda second lowest at a 2.41, and Daniel Norris third lowest at a 2.67. In the National League, Walker Buehler has the lowest, along with Marcus Stroman. They have the same earned run average. It's 2.25. Steven Strasburg has the third lowest ERA at a 2.47. Home runs allowed among American League pitchers, Kenta Maeda has allowed the least amount with 9. In the National League, Marcus Stroman, Robbie Ray, and Caleb Smith have all allowed the least amount, which is 9. Shutout leaders in the American League, Masahiro Tanaka leads with 4. Garrett Cole, second most with 3. Jake Odorizzi, third most with 2. In the National League, Jacob deGrom leads with 5. Zach Wheeler, second most with 3. Sandy Alcantara, Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Aaron Nola, and Merrill Kelly all tied with the third most shutouts. They've each thrown 2. Strikeout leaders in the American League, Garrett Cole, the leader, with 171. Lucas Giolito, second most with 160, and Jake Odorizzi, third most with 154. In the National League, Steven Strasburg now leads all of Major League Baseball. He has 180. He struck out 9 batters in his start today against the Rockies. Aaron Nola has the second most strikeouts with 162, and Clayton Kershaw rounds out the top three with 161. Complete games thrown among American League pitchers. Masahiro Tanaka has thrown 4, Garrett Cole has thrown 3, Aaron Savali and Jake Odorizzi have each thrown 2. In the National League, Jacob deGrom's thrown 5, Zach Wheeler has thrown 4, and Aaron Nola has thrown 3. Innings pitched leaders in the American League, Hyunjin Ryu leads with 148 innings. In the National League, Steven Strasburg the leader with 153 innings. Walks allowed among American League pitchers, Carlos Carrasco and Masahiro Tanaka have each allowed the least amount of 26. In the National League, Brett Anderson's allowed the least amount with 27. Whip leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi has the lowest at a 106, Sean Manaea second lowest at a 109, and Masahiro Tanaka third lowest at a 110. In the National League, Jacob deGrom has the lowest at a 107, Steven Strasburg's at a 108, and Mike Soroka third lowest at a 109. Pitching WAR leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi has the highest at a 3.9, Masahiro Tanaka the second highest at a 3.5, and Shane Bieber third highest at a 3.1. In the National League, Aaron Nola has the highest at a 3.8, Steven Strasburg's at a 3.6, as is Jacob deGrom, who is third best on this leaderboard. Batting WAR leaders in the American League, DJ LeMahieu has the highest at a 6.1, Yasmani Grandal second highest at a 5.9, and Yohan Moncada, his White Sox teammate, third highest at a 5.8. And in the National League, Christian Yelich leads with a 6.9, Jonathan Villar and Marcus Semien each have a 6.7, but Villar's is slightly higher than Semien, so Villar number 2 on the leaderboard and Semien number 3. These have been your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Monday, July the 27th, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's Virtual Network.